Guys, this is the Canon SX620 HS. This is nowhere near the latest thing on the market from Canon, especially in the PowerShot line. But the reason that I bought this particular camera is to fit a specific purpose. If you are into photography, you know that each piece of your equipment needs to function for a specific task, and that is the purpose of this. The reason that I bought this camera is I wanted something that was very portable, lightweight, still do great video and photos. Now, my DSLR, of course, is going to produce the top quality video of anything that I have. However, it's not always convenient to have a big DSLR with you. You know that if you're into photography. Of course, there are great advancements in cell phone technology. You know, there are just they do phenomenal video. I'm actually recording this on a Galaxy S6. The video from this is great as long as the lighting is great. This has a little bit better performance in low light than what my phone does. And again, having something with me is better than having nothing. You know, I always have my cell phone with me, but this is something that's lightweight, very easy to carry with me, carry it in my pocket, and I can get just a little bit better video, especially when we're traveling, recording Christmas lights, that sort of thing, when we're visiting theme parks. That's why I decided to go with the Canon SX620. Now, the 720 is on the market, and I actually considered that for a short period of time. The reason that I did not go with that is, again, the way that I use my cameras. You know, there's specific tools that I use for the things that I do. I like the 720. But I did not really need that additional zoom length. If there is a time that I feel that I need that big of a zoom, I've got my DSLR and I can use a telephoto lens. It's that simple. Also, that longer zoom makes it a little more difficult to keep the shot stable, particularly in low light. So I really didn't feel economically that it was worth the extra money to buy the 720. So let's take a minute and dive into the 620. Alright, let's open the box and see what all comes in here. Now, I have already opened it once just to make sure that everything was here. Of course, you get a little bit of the literature and just some other stuff. Let's get straight to the goods themselves, and that is the camera. Get this out of the package, and you can see this is a great looking camera. That's one of the reasons also that I just like the way that it looked. I really love the size. You can see compared to my hands, and it is actually slightly smaller than my cell phone. Now it is a little thicker, of course, but it is significantly smaller and will fit in my pocket very easily. You can see that it has a tripod mount here. This is where the battery and SD card both go, which we will be installing those shortly. And we will be powering it up and testing it out. So let's get our battery, which does come in the box. Let's go ahead and get that in. Now you'll notice this little clip right here on the side. You need to push that out of the way slightly. Make sure that the orientation of your battery is correct. I don't know if you can see the pins here. They are slightly to the left hand side. If the lens is facing you, they are slightly to the left, and you need to make sure that they match when you put your battery in, and you need to slightly push that pin over out of the way just like that as you push the battery down into place. Now let me also get my SD card and get it in. This is an SD card that I've had here that I've used several times. Some of the videos that you've seen on this channel were actually recorded on this SD card. and I figured that I would use it for now until I can get another one. SD card is in. Now, I want to make a special mention of something. If you're going to record 1080p video, you need to make sure that your SD card is able to encode or to read that high definition video. You can get cheaper SD cards that are, very large. They have a very large storage capacity, but they are unable to process the video. They're unable to have that video written to them in the speed that it needs, in the amount of data that must be transferred. So make sure that you get at least a class 10 or above SD card. Now let me see if I can get this in. Close that down, flip that over, and let's power it on. Let's see what we get. Here we are. Now we just need to set the date and time, and we should be ready to go. Once you get your date and time set, you also have to set your time zone. And now we are ready to go. Something that you need to be aware of, especially when you're recording video, is that the microphone is on top. And when you're recording, you do not need to cover that microphone up. If you cover up your microphone, it's going to destroy your audio. Now, this camera does not have any additional audio inputs. However, again, this is looking at necessity. That's something that I knew that it did not have when I ordered it, but it is still going to work very well. The audio from this camera is very, very useful, and I know that there will be no issues with it. You can see this is the pop-up flash. Just pull that down, you can pop the flash up, no problem. This is a very good little camera, and I look to have a lot of fun with it. You can see the lens, 25 times optical zoom. Again, the optical zoom is plenty for me for this camera. I really am glad to get it and look forward to getting some video with it. Looking through this menu, it is very intuitive. It is very easy to understand what all these settings are. Very user-friendly, so that is something that I really like about this camera. I was unsure about the menu, how it would be when I first turned it on, but I just scrolled through it just a moment ago, and it is very simple to use, very simple to understand. This will be a great camera for anyone. Like I say, this camera is going to be used for a specific purpose, and it is great. I am impressed with it. I think that it is a real good value. Well worth the money. I'm going to do a couple of quick setups, and then we are going to be doing some video testing. One feature about this camera is the Wi-Fi. That gives you the ability to transfer pictures straight to your smartphone or tablet. I'm actually going to be installing the software. From the software, you can actually do remote shooting. I thought that was a real good feature also. All you have to do is press this single button here to turn on the Wi-Fi. It will give you a few specifics, and then you will be able to access your device from your tablet or your phone once you get the software installed. So we're going to do that and try to get it up and running also. After you enter a nickname, it's simply going to ask you what you want to do. If you want to transfer your images from your camera, between cameras, connect to a smartphone, connect to a computer, print the images, upload them to a cloud, or just whatever. What I'm going to be doing is actually connecting this to my smartphone and using it to control the camera functions. Connect it to your smartphone. You simply highlight the smartphone icon, press the OK button, and then you will need to add a device. Just click OK again, and it's going to hit searching. What we will do now is enter this information into my cell phone to get it connected. Alright guys, we are now on the Canon SX620 for this part of the video. I'm really impressed with it. I think that it is a great value. The menu, again, is easy to navigate. This camera is one that I'm going to be keeping with me. It's better to be able to get the shot with a camera like this than to miss it with a DSLR. Anyways, guys, if you are in the market for a great little point and shoot camera, the SX620 is a great option in my opinion. There are other models out there in the Canon line. Nothing against any of them. This is just the one that I chose. I do not really need the longer zoom that is in the 720. And with the aperture size, with the performance that I've seen from this camera, this is going to be well worth the money that I spent for it. It's it's a good way to save a little money also, not buying the newest one on the market, but still getting a very good quality camera. Anyways, guys, if you are interested in purchasing one of these cameras, I will put a link down in the description below where you can go to Amazon and actually buy one, just like what I've got here. Anyways, I hope that you liked the video. I'd appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe. Drop me any comments down below, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.